Welcome to Dog Talk, where we decode the bizarre behaviors of our best friends. I am Dr. Ben Parker, your curiosity expert, ready to dive into another fun canine mystery today. You know the drill. You just finished wrestling your furry friend in the tub. The water is drained, the towel is out, and then suddenly, something absolutely crazy happens. The second that towel touches their fur, a switch flips. Your sweet pup instantly transforms into a furry, wet torpedo of pure, unadulterated, high-speed household chaos. They explode out of the bathroom, sprinting down the hallway at top speed. They drift around corners, slide on floors, and completely defy the laws of canine physics. Next thing you know, they are aggressively rubbing their body against your favorite sofa, the living room rug, and your bed. It is absolute, hilarious, wet dog madness. They bounce off the walls, spin in circles, and look at you with wild eyes. You cannot help but laugh and wonder, what on earth is actually going on inside that furry head? While we might chuckle and chalk it up to them being goofy, there is actually a lot of fascinating science and complex psychology driving this explosive, frantic behavior. To your dog, this is not a silly game. This frantic marathon is a deeply ingrained, completely necessary biological and emotional response. They desperately need to do this. Today we will break down the 5 scientific and psychological reasons why your dog goes absolutely bonkers the exact moment they escape that dreaded, soapy bathtub. Grab a towel, secure your breakables, and let us explore why your dog transforms into a wet, wild tornado. The scientific answers will definitely surprise and amaze you. Let us kick things off with reason number 1. The desperate quest to reclaim their personal scent. To understand this, we must look at the world through your dog's nose. For humans, a successful bath means smelling like lavender or tropical papaya. We love those fresh, artificial fragrances. But your dog? They absolutely despise those smells. A dog's sense of smell is their primary way of interacting with the world. It is tens of thousands of times more sensitive than ours. To them, scent is literally identity. When your dog smells like themselves, they feel secure and confident. Their natural scent is their signature calling card. It tells the whole world, this is me and I am here. But when you douse them in that expensive, sweet-smelling doggy shampoo, you are essentially erasing their identity. You mask who they are with a bizarre alien odor. Imagine if someone forced you to wear a giant neon clown suit every time you took a shower. You would probably want to rip it off immediately, right? That is how they feel. To your dog, that lovely vanilla-scented shampoo is highly offensive. It is loud, confusing, and screams that they are not themselves. They feel vulnerable and disguised. So, what is the logical canine solution? Erase the fake scent and get the real one back as fast as physically possible. Enter the frantic rubbing and rolling behavior. By vigorously rubbing their wet bodies against your sofa and carpets, they are desperately trying to wipe off that horrible, clean shampoo smell that is haunting their nose. But they are not just wiping off the clean scent, they are actively trying to reapply their own. Your furniture holds the familiar, comforting smells of your home and them. Every time they drag their face across the rug or shimmy upside down on the couch, they are reclaiming their lost identity. They are happily declaring, I am finally back. In the wild, wolves roll in strong-smelling things to mask their scent from prey or communicate with the pack. Your dog is tapping into that exact same ancient instinct. While you might groan about your damp sofa smelling like wet dog, your pup is celebrating their successful mission to smell like a proper, respectable canine once again. It is a hilarious clash of species. We spend 20 minutes trying to make them smell like a flower, and they spend 5 minutes completely undoing all our hard work. Next time you see them rubbing their face into the carpet, remember, they are not trying to make your house dirty. They are just trying to find themselves in a floral world. This scent reclaiming mission is incredibly urgent for them. The longer they smell like a walking lavender bush, the more stressed they feel. It is an olfactory emergency. Honestly, can you blame them? If my identity was suddenly replaced by the overwhelming scent of a tropical breeze, I would probably rub my face on a living room rug too. Reason number 1 is all about identity theft. You stole their scent, and they are executing a high-speed acrobatic heist to get it back from your living room furniture. Moving on to reason number 2. The massive, explosive release of pent-up stress. Let us be brutally honest here. Most dogs do not enjoy spa day nearly as much as we do. For a lot of our furry friends, bath time is the equivalent of an alien abduction. They are hoisted into a slippery, unfamiliar porcelain box with absolutely no escape route. They are trapped, soaked in water, lathered up, and subjected to weird noises from the shower head. It is a situation where they have zero control over what is happening. Even if your dog tolerates the bath and stands there like a good boy or girl, their internal stress levels are silently skyrocketing. They are just holding it all together. Scientific studies have actually measured this. During a bath, a dog's cortisol levels, which is the primary stress hormone, shoot up significantly. They are on high alert. They are enduring the ordeal, waiting for the torture to end. It is like when you have to sit through a really tense, awkward meeting with your boss. You just nod and sweat. But what happens when that awkward meeting is finally over? You step out of the office, let out a massive sigh, and maybe do a little happy dance in the elevator, right? That is exactly what your dog is doing, but dialed up to an 11. The moment they are free from the tub, that built-up cortisol needs an immediate outlet. It has to go. Running, jumping, shaking, and spinning are highly effective physical ways for a dog to burn off that sudden surge of stress hormones. It is a biological purge of anxiety. Think of it like a pressure cooker. The bath builds the pressure, tighter and tighter. The towel is the release valve. Once it is open, the dog explodes outward in a flash. By sprinting down the hallway, they are literally running away from the stressful event. They are physically putting distance between themselves and the scary water trap. This frantic movement helps regulate their nervous system. It drops those cortisol levels back down to normal and helps them transition back to a happy, relaxed dog mode. It is actually a very healthy coping mechanism. If they did not have this physical release, all that stress would stay bottled up, which is terrible for their mental health. So, when they are doing parkour off your living room walls, they are not just being naughty, they are engaging in essential canine therapy to recover from the tub trauma. Next time you watch them Zoom, imagine them screaming, "I survived! I beat the water monster! I am invincible!" It is a glorious victory lap after a stressful, awful event. We might think of baths as relaxing, but we need to empathize with our pups. To them, it is a high-stakes endurance test. The post-bath crazies are their way of celebrating. Let them have that moment. They earned it by not biting the shower head. A few minutes of manic sprinting is a small price to pay for a psychologically balanced, clean dog. Reason number 2 is all about shaking off the trauma. The bath was highly stressful, and the Zoomies are the cure. It is a beautiful system of emotional regulation. Now, let us dive into reason number 3, the desperate need to get dry fast. You might think your fluffy towel did a great job, but your dog completely disagrees with you. When you towel dry a dog, you are only really getting the top layer of their coat. For dogs with thick or double coats, the water penetrates deep down to their actual skin. They are still fundamentally soggy. And for a dog, being soggy is incredibly uncomfortable. Unlike humans, dogs do not have millions of sweat glands all over their bodies. Because they cannot regulate their temperature through sweating like we do, having a soaking wet coat can make them feel very cold very quickly. It throws off their balance. Imagine wearing a heavy wool sweater, jumping in a pool, and then just patting yourself with a hand towel. You would still feel heavy, damp, and chilled to the absolute bone. That is your dog's reality post-bath. The water trapped near their skin is heavy and uncomfortable. They need a faster, more efficient way to dry off than just waiting around. Enter the famous wet dog shake. Did you know a dog can shake off up to 70% of the water on their fur in just 4 seconds? It is a marvel of mammalian physics. But sometimes, even the mighty shake is not enough. That is when the high-speed running comes into play. Running creates wind, and wind rapidly accelerates the drying process. By sprinting through your house, your dog is essentially turning themselves into a biological blow dryer. The air rushing through their fur helps evaporate the deep moisture. Furthermore, all that intense physical exertion generates body heat. As they run, their muscles work hard, their core temperature rises, and they warm up from the inside out. It is a brilliant, instinctual survival tactic. In the wild, a wet wolf is a cold, vulnerable wolf. Running and shaking are essential skills for preventing hypothermia. Your pampered pooch might just be in a climate-controlled living room, but those ancient instincts are still hardwired into their brains. Wet equals cold, and running is warm. When they rub against the carpet, they are also using the friction to generate heat and wick moisture away from their skin. Your rug is basically a giant, effective towel. So, while you might be deeply annoyed that they are using your expensive Persian rug as a drying mat, you have to admire their ingenuity. They are utilizing resources. They know that sitting still means staying cold and damp for hours. Moving fast is the absolute quickest route to returning to their fluffy, comfortable state. It is logic. This is why the Zoomies often last until they are mostly dry. They will keep running, shaking, and rubbing until that uncomfortable, heavy, wet sensation is completely gone. So, the next time your wet dog uses your bed as a launch pad, remember, they are not trying to ruin your sheets. They are conducting a high-speed aerodynamic drying experiment. Reason number 3 is purely practical. Towels are weak, wind is strong. The post-bath sprint is simply the most efficient, natural way for a dog to dry their undercoat. Let us move on to reason number 4. Pure, unadulterated happiness and relief. This is perhaps the most heartwarming and wonderful reason behind the post-bath madness. Think about the exact moment the bath ends. The water stops. The heavy lifting is over. You open the bathroom door. And suddenly, the entire house is theirs again. Freedom! The sheer joy of being released from captivity is overwhelming. They have survived the ordeal, and now they are back in their safe territory. It is cause for a massive party. In the dog world, this explosion of joy is often referred to as FRAPs, Frenetic Random Activity Periods. But we all know and love them by their common name, the Zoomies. Zoomies are the ultimate expression of canine joy. When a dog is feeling incredibly happy, excited, or relieved, their body simply cannot contain the emotion. It bursts out. A simple tail wag is vastly insufficient for the level of euphoria they are experiencing post-bath. They need their entire body to express the magnitude of their relief. Running in tight circles, doing the classic play bow, hopping like a bunny, these are all classic signs of a dog who is feeling absolutely fantastic and completely unburdened. It is their way of shouting to the world, I am free, I am alive, life is beautiful, and I am the fastest dog in the entire universe. It is pure, infectious, amazing joy. Research into canine behavior shows that dogs, much like human toddlers, exhibit hyperactive behaviors when they experience a sudden, massive surge of positive emotions. They do not have words to say, wow, I am so glad that is over, let us party. So, they use their physical bodies to communicate that intense, joyful energy. It is love. And let us be honest, their joy is highly contagious. Even if you are exhausted from scrubbing them, watching them happily bounce off the furniture usually brings a smile. They see you laughing and smiling, which only encourages them more. It becomes a shared moment of relief. The dreaded chore is done, and now it is time for the fun part. This post-bath euphoria is a beautiful reminder of how dogs live entirely in the present moment. The stress of the bath is instantly forgotten, replaced by the thrill. They do not hold grudges about the shampoo in their eyes. They just celebrate the fact that right now, in this exact second, they are completely free to run as fast as they can. It is a lesson we humans could probably learn from. Imagine if we celebrated the end of every difficult task by doing a joyous sprint around the living room. We would be happier. So, when your dog is doing donuts around the coffee table, they are inviting you to share in their happiness. They are celebrating life, freedom, and the end of soapy torture. Let them revel in it. This pure, uninhibited joy is one of the greatest gifts dogs give us. It is a hilarious, chaotic display of a truly happy, carefree canine heart. Reason number 4 is simply a grand celebration of freedom. The Zoomies are a physical manifestation of a dog screaming yippee at the absolute top of their metaphorical lungs. Finally, we arrive at reason number 5. The explosive release of repressed physical energy. To understand this, we have to look at what happens during the bath itself. For 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, your dog has been forced to do something completely unnatural to them. Stand perfectly still. Dogs are creatures of movement and action. Being forced to sit, stay, and not shake while you scrub them requires an immense amount of self-control on their part. They are actively suppressing their natural instincts. All that time spent standing still acts exactly like winding up a toy car. The energy does not disappear. It just gets coiled tighter and tighter inside their furry bodies. They are holding back the urge to run, the urge to shake, the urge to investigate. They are being good, but it takes a huge, massive toll on their internal energy reserves. Then, the magic moment happens. You say, okay, all done, and release them. The spring is suddenly let go. All that tightly coiled, suppressed energy is instantly unleashed. It is not just a little bit of energy. It is a massive, concentrated burst of kinetic power. They have to burn off 20 minutes of forced stillness in about 2 minutes. This is why the post-bath Zoomies are often the fastest, most intense Zoomies your dog will ever have. It is a concentrated dose of pure, unadulterated canine horsepower. They are making up for lost time. Every second they spent frozen in the tub is repaid with a high-speed lap around the kitchen island. It is a physical, energy balancing act. This explosive movement is their way of declaring, "I am back in control of my body." They are reclaiming their autonomy and their natural right to be a moving, active animal. It is a powerful reminder that dogs are, at their core, athletes. They are built to run, chase, and play. Forcing them to be completely still is fighting against their biology. So, the post-bath sprint is simply a return to their natural state of being. The energy was always there. It was just waiting for the green light to explode into the world. Reason number 5 is all about the physics of pent-up energy. The bath wound them up, and the towel let them go. It is a beautiful, high-speed release of pure canine power. So, there you have it. The next time your freshly washed dog turns your living room into a racetrack, please do not get angry or try to stop them. They truly need this moment. They are frantically working to reclaim their unique scent, burning off the intense stress of the tub, utilizing aerodynamic drying techniques, and celebrating their freedom. Those crazy, chaotic 5 minutes are arguably more important for your dog's mental well-being than the bath itself. It is the crucial process of them returning to themselves. Just move the breakable vases, sit back, and enjoy the hilarious show. Does your dog go absolutely crazy after a bath? Tell us about their post-bath rituals in the comments. I am Dr. Ben Parker, and this has been another episode of Dog Talk. Keep asking questions, keep loving your dogs, and I will see you next time for more curious canine science.